it's a little concerning for Elite Wolves just seeing that all these towers are falling, and I think they don't have as strong as late game as is GG. So some things are going to really need to turn around. Some like super skillful plays are going to need to be made, or it's just going to get harder and harder for them.
Yeah, 5,000 net worth lead already. We talked about this Jakiro just being such an effective pusher, and 3 points in liquid fire literally melting these towers down. Darkseer going to be getting his wall back up in 30 seconds, and they can go for another big fight there. Meanwhile, mid lane, there is going to be Pepita triggering his ult, walking himself back up towards his shrine, but the shrine's still on cooldown. May not have the help he needs, and yeah, it looks like that Abaddon is in some serious trouble. Yeah, they just popped him like a balloon, and now Hunter's going to be moving forward. Already missed his hook shot, so not a whole lot of reinitiation, and look at those arcane orbs just melting him down, out of health, out of mana, and forced to retreat from the fight as the 4-step forward from CC&C comes out. It's a double kill. Looking to go score into the Storm Spirit. He is able to zip himself back to safety, but we're starting to see that lead from IsGG come out, and it's all on the shoulders of CC&C.
Oh yeah, I mean, he could feed it and kill away, and maybe they'll get some nice comeback gold, take a Roche or something like that with Troll. That's totally possible. But he's got a lot of people sitting behind him, just keeping him alive. If you play with an OD, you know that you just need to keep this guy alive, and he'll carry you pretty much. And they have a Siege should be pushing mid too, actually. So this tower's probably gonna fall to the Siege.
Lots of synergy here. While 4 heroes guard up, fight with the OD, form that protective grouping. Yuar still just doing Lycan things all by his lonesome. Gonna be flying himself in some goodies. Looks like we got the Echo Saber done, and yeah, I mean, this Lycan's gonna start to be an issue very, very soon. I mean, do Elite Wolves have to get on top of that, or do they have to go and try to defend their towers now?
I think the OD is such an issue that they can't really. I think they honestly ignore the Lycan. I think that's the play.
Well, I don't think they're going to stick with that as they go and they jump him, and they will be able to kill him off. They forced his ult, but Storm did end up holding his Electric Vortex until after the ult was popped. So, good kill on the Lycan. They will have to trade it for the Abba. 1 for 1, but yeah, killing that Lycan is so crucial. Just trying to apply the brake pedal slowly.
Yeah, for sure. That put Troll ahead on the net worth above the Darkseer, so Troll got a lot of gold for that. It's really nice. A lot of XP too.
Yep. Unfortunately, some more tower gold trickling in for IsGG now. Some Elite Wolves starting to lose their structures. And we talked about the potential. You talked about the way that this game could go, where IsGG get a big lead and they start pushing and they take the tier 2s, but they just can't crack high ground because Elite Wolves do have some pretty solid high ground defense.
Yeah, the cogs are really annoying. You just put the cogs on the choke point, and then you're just getting knocked back for like 10 seconds straight. Storm with the zips is really annoying. Abaddon constantly sitting and shielding and whirling axes. They've got decent stuff for defending the high ground and abusing those shrines. So, however, with that being said, they are dealing with a Lycan Jakiro, so they're going to need to commit to a fight if the enemies do start pushing on high ground. They're pretty much forced to commit.
God, this
which is okay.
Is so nasty.
They can deal with it. Yeah, it's pretty goddamn nasty, to be honest. It sucks to be not leading in a game where there's a Lycan and a Jakiro on the enemy team.
I mean, what are the weak points of IsGG right now? Because it seems like, pushing, check. Team fights, they got the Darkseer and he's performing, check. Where are the holes that Elite Wolves can kind of poke through?
All right, let me think about this one, because it's easy to be like, okay, they outdrafted them, because they definitely did. I think they did, but there's holes. There's always holes. Okay. So I would say BKB. That's the most obvious one. If they BKB and they focus the Troll on the Lycan or the OD. Oh, there's actually a big fight.
Yeah, this is about to get nasty. They focus the OD right away, but the 4-step out. CC&C with a quick reaction time. Storm Spirit still trying to focus him down, but gets impaled and gets killed off. That's a huge chunk of damage, and now they're gonna go. CC&C follows up, makes it a double kill back behind the tier 1 tower. They are gonna lose their Jakiro, but they should be able to trade it, get some revenge, as Troll's just sitting there ready to take it. The impale off the mark, gonna get sucked out by the creep wave, and yeah, he's trying to run, but will get clipped by the Astral, and now they've got follow-up here. Just going in, and it's a triple kill. CC&C starting to get a little bit out of control, 7-1-2. Meanwhile, Yawar goes into push top and makes it to the tier 3, does about half health.
I do firmly believe that they should try not to be trying to team fight 5-on-5. I don't think they're going to win at this point. They don't have the heroes for it. I think what they need to do is go for pickoffs. Like the pickoff on Lycan, that was beautiful. That's what they need to do. And pickoffs and defend high ground. I think that's when they can fight. Bottom, Francis is going into the backward.
Yep, trying to get that solo kill, and I mean, that's just CCNC opening up and being fed another kill. Very, very good teamwork by these guys.
He's right-clicking for like 300 pure damage at this point.
He is very rich. 12 Warlord. Oh, Courier! They're gonna go for it. That's a 1, that's a 2, and oh, Hermes is dead. And
Goodness
Rubik.
Gracious. 44 int stacks.
He's
going down slowly, but there's a DD top. If Lycan finds this DD, there's definitely gonna be a Roche dying very quickly.
Yeah, they're going in. Pepita might be a casualty. Another impale off the mark. This Nyx assassin having some trouble setting those up, but definitely making up for it in other ways. And CNC, no trouble, just gonna keep farming up creep waves and keep amassing a huge net worth lead. See Storm Spirit, almost half his net worth right now.
Yeah, CCNC has some. I mean, Yawara is very farmed. CCNC is just like an item ahead of him, so not looking good. But we were talking about holes. I think the holes are when they get BKB on Elite Wolves and they get like a blink on Troll, they can focus. They can focus fire for sure. Okay, the Lycan just ulted and Storm's just out. So
yeah, Storm.
Hey, that's good. Lycan ult down.
Yeah, he baited the ult, but they might be able to find something else. Masoku going forward, and meanwhile, mid lane Hunter not going to latch onto that hook shot. Pepita eating up some of that damage, and well, no kills just yet. Ult triggered, getting some borrowed time, but looks like that's going to be another quick kill. Yawar, he's got his armlet on, and he's ready to eat. Going in, and yeah. Oh, the uphill miss! Saves Pepita's life for another moment. The Shrine activated as well. That cooldown's going to be pretty brutal as they're now trying to defend high ground here. There's going to be a wall dropped out. Troll Warlord just running for his life, and is GG. Gonna back off, wait for the creep wave, try to juke themselves.
There's a nice wall too, right, where they want to fight. I think they're pretty happy to, even if buybacks happen, I think they're pretty happy to fight this.
Yeah, I mean, they're content to keep pushing as long as Elite Wolves is gonna throw something at him. Now Pepita going in, still no ults for 13 more seconds, so playing a dangerous game here if they jump him. And Troll Warlord looks like he's going in, trying to spray some damage, but Troll, I mean, no mana, there's not much he can be doing, can't even ult.
I think it's just probably the safer play to just go take the shrines and take Roche. Definitely the safer play. I think they probably could have pushed that, but hey, well, I mean, why do it? I guess because you did just use the wall. You may as well just go secure all the other objectives before taking the high ground. Because this is they're comfortable going late. They're very comfortable going late on SGG. They can totally destroy in the late game.
And I am super surprised we've still seen no love for the Roche on teams with a Troll and a Lycan respectively.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess they just putting a lot of value on defending those towers, sending Lycan bot. They don't want to give any free damage. No openings to Elite Wolves, and they know that. I guess they know that if the Elite Wolves does try to go take Roche, well, they have Darkseer, so Darkseer Jakiro. It's very, very hard to fight the Roche pit against those heroes. Trolls looks dead. Yeah,
he really can't afford to go down here. And with the impale off the mark, he might have a shot going in. The Whirling Axe is going to be blinding everyone up, but there we go. CC drops the ult, and well, they've got a macro pyre coming forward. Hunter going to get burned and slowed by the Jakiro. Meanwhile, Troll Warlord being taken care of by the rest of the team. He's going with some ring around the Rosie and actually manages to juke this one out. Francis, though, hot on his heels and will find his prey. And from 3 sides, they just clip him down. CCNC now still on his monster kill streak, 10, 1, and 4. And he's got himself a BKB queued up, and he can just outright buy it.
Yeah, this is, I think this is when they just go push high ground with the Lycan. Man, Lycan wasn't even in that fight, was he?
He has been doing his own thing the entire time. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's pretty solid, because now mid lane's pushed up again. They do have this tower down, so it's exposed racks on 2 sides. They can just go and, yeah, taking 2 lanes of super creeps here would be all too lovely.
This is one of those games where you're Lycan and you're just like, okay, I just need to not feed, and I need to have something in my inventory at the end of the game, and my team will win the game for me.
It's looking good. Rubik gets clipped just by the tip of the ice path there. A nice macro pyre comboing with the wall. Forces Pepita to ult before he's really even in the fight. Storm Spirit out of mana, out of health, while the rest of SGGs just starts chewing on these towers. Missed Impale. Well, it does hit rangy, but yeah, this is just going to be Francis going forward. Does end up stunning the Clockwork just from the Rocket Flare Carapace. And now with mid-racks gone down, SGG showing a little bit of restraint. There is going to be a hook shot coming forward, isolating CCNC, but that's not really the hero you can deal with on your own right now. Clockwork trying to run, but gets picked off, and now it looks like Storm Spirit's next on the menu. Can't even fly to freedom. Can anyone upgrade the courier comes out right before. Good game, well played. So Elite Wolves tapping out of game number 1 is GG now with a 1-game advantage. But it's a best of 3, and anything can happen in game number 2.
I mean, I hate to chalk it up to this because I know as like a player you shouldn't do this because there's always an opening. Like you were saying, like where are the openings? There's always an opening. There's always a hole. But with that being said, I think that this was a big outdraft from Stan King, and I mean the guy's a genius, so it happens when you're playing on a team with Stan King. But this was a big
All right. Hello, everyone. That was a quick one. Welcome back to the Beat Invitational Season 8 playoffs. We are in game number 2 of best of 3 between IsGG and Elite Wolves.
10
IsGG took a
seconds
very convincing
remaining.
game number 1. A lot of that, though, to do with the draft. And here we are
5
again in the
seconds
draft. I'm Android, being
remaining.
joined by Jenkins. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Just looking at this
Reserve
insta
time.
pick Jakiro first pick. They
It worked out well the first time.
put a lot of value in this hero. I wonder what it is they see in him. I'm not saying that because I don't see anything in Jakiro. I definitely do, but I wonder what it is that they specifically like. I'd be curious to know specifically what they think is overpowered about it. What do you think? What do you think? Why do you think people pick this
Well,
so much?
to answer that question, we have to go back to the meta a couple months ago where Ogre was picked up as a support first pick, like all the time. And the similarity is really that they both have two heads.
That's a good point, and they shoot
Crystal
fire.
Maiden.
I mean, it's two supports for the price of one. I don't think you can get any better than that.
That is true. Why are they picking Crystal Maiden? There's an ogre in the pool. They could get 2 supports right now. What are they doing?
Well,
God, dude, League was lost.
back to reality though. Crystal Maiden really in demand this patch. Great
Oh
laner,
yeah, she's
great
good.
babysitter, and all she has to do is just dance around the jungle. Everything ends up stacked, and she ends up with oodles of farm.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I think one thing
remaining.
that's kind of interesting about her as a hero is now the jungle gives 70%. I think she jungles just about the same quickly. Like I think she's actually nerfed. I think she's definitely nerfed, but she's still so good that she's
Team pick.
probably I can't just say she's nerfed and then say she's about the same. Okay, technically her jungle speed is nerfed, but I think with the heroes people are picking right now, she's actually a better hero because of that aura. Even though technically her jungle speed is a lot less.
Yeah, like her
10
individual
seconds
jungle speed a little bit
remaining.
slower, but all she
Yeah.
has to do is go and stack camps, and she combos
5
really
seconds
nicely with heroes like
remaining.
Sven that take jungle camps and want to have those stacks set up for them.
Dude, let me
Reserve
tell you, as an
time.
offlaner, I'm loving having CMs in my game. If I'm this Darkseer, he pretty much has the Shrine. Okay, and the instant pick Juggernaut, because that was banned last game as the response to the Darkseer. I'm glad they did that, because it's so bad to let Darkseer just do whatever he wants and pick something like a Troll, something that doesn't actually deal well with the Darkseer, because in this meta, like, he'll run away with the game so quickly. Like, he'll take a slight lead and turn it into, like, a massive lead, and
10
just cut the creep
seconds
wave, get the tower, and
remaining.
get huge, and your carry has no farm, and it's like, just counterpick it, man. Just counterpick it, you know?
Remaining.
So they instantly respond with that, because it would have gotten banned for sure.
Yep, is GG not messing around? I mean, they're revealing one of their cores, but Juggernaut is, he's not fancy. He's not going to be doing anything crazy, not revealing any
Yeah.
wacky strats.
Definitely pretty, like, average in terms of, like, you're never going to be like, God damn it, there's a jug in my jug sucks, or you're never going to be like, oh yeah, go jug. You know, it's like, the hero's like, okay, yeah, that's a jug. It's like a bishop in chess. Like, nobody talks about bishops. Everybody's talking
Dude,
about the
bishops
pawns and the
are
queens.
OP as hell, man.
Nah, dude, bishops are like, it's a bishop, you know? Maybe a rook, I don't know.
You
Just
sound
like an
like
average
someone that
piece.
hasn't been put in checkmate from a stupid bishop you forgot about.
Well,
10 seconds
true. I play a lot of checkers. Chess is too complicated for me.
Says the professional
5
Dota player. All right.
remaining.
Anyway, is GG snap up the jug? Super typical, and will have an easier time laning against the Darkseer. How do Elite Wolves deal with that? Are they going to be, maybe even thinking about going for aggressive tri lanes to try to switch things up? And I don't know.
I don't know after that last game if I would want to aggressive tri-lane into a Jakiro. I mean, the harass that comes out from this hero is just so hard. It's like aggressive tri-laning into like a Coddle. Jakiro just does too much damage. Like, mathematically speaking, the numbers just don't work. You sit in that lane and you're gonna do damage to them, and they do damage to you, and you're going to do more to them because Jakiro's spells just have bigger numbers. Like, it's just he's just really good again. Like, I definitely wouldn't aggro into this. And at Jug, the kill potential is insane if they were to aggro into this, unless they pick something really sick at aggroing. I think they probably focus on winning the other lanes and just sack the Darkseer. Because he'll be fine with the Crystal Maiden aura, and just he can stack jungle and get huge. But he's not going to completely dominate like he did in the last game, I don't think, against the Jug.
Fair enough now. So, Elite Wolves maybe looking to punish. Do you think they want to go back in for a clockwork or something like that? Or do they have to play a little bit more, team oriented? Everyone does their part, can't just go for crazy hookshot initiations.
I feel like they're probably reconsidering it after last game, just because it didn't do that much work. But Clockwork Darkseer is quite good to vacuum people into the cogs, and he's a really good hero to put Ion Shell on. So definitely in this draft, Clockwork's pretty good. CM's good setup for it. But maybe it's hard to say what the mentality is after just losing with it, especially because Hunter's the drafter. So maybe he's just not feeling it this game.
Yeah,
But
gonna be.
yeah, as you said, it would be good.
Oh my god, it's
There you
2 heads.
go,
There's so many heads in this Dota game right now. This is
dude. You
ridiculous.
called it.
I'm a freaking god, but yeah, Elite Wolves probably not going to be taking the Darkseer, or rather the Clockwork, unless they're going to run it in a really crazy way. Ogre Magi just walking around punching
10
people.
seconds
Should be great to help guard
remaining.
up the mid, and Elite Wolves, where are they going to be sending down that mid
5
lane versus
seconds
CCNC?
remaining.
I think they're okay. Wait, what's the pick order? Okay, so they have last pick, but I imagine they're gonna last pick their mid
Reserve
because
time.
against this team, I'm sure these guys have looked at replays, and against IsGG, like they focus a lot of effort on protecting CCNC, and I think the way you maybe I shouldn't be saying the friggin' strats right now, but I think the way that you beat this team is that you focus CCNC and you screw his game up. I think that's how you do it, and I think if with the last pick, they're probably going to be just last picking the mid and waiting to see what CCNC's mid is, which probably means CCNC's mid is going to be something like a TA or an SF, just something that's going to do well no matter what, pretty much. And then of course a Spirit Breaker securing that's going to secure the mid lane as well.
Oh, I'm feeling for Crystal Maiden right now. I can feel her just getting charged over and over and just getting murdered.
There's the OD counter. Man, they're just stealing the draft, the previous draft.
You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Elite Wolves gonna try their hands at that OD, and I mean, who lanes well versus the OD? Who's gonna be a great matchup for CCNC? Still the SF.
Remaining.
Honestly, I think TA is going to. Yeah, I mean SF probably does pretty well against
Remaining.
against an OD, especially if Spirit Breaker securing the initial kind of game, giving him a bunch of souls. SF will do really well. TA will do really well, although people are a little conflicted on that. I personally, when I pick OD, people own me with TA, so I do feel TA is pretty good against OD, but I still think they're. That's so strange that Elite Wolves didn't last pick it. Maybe what they're doing is like a safe lane OD, and they're just baiting out the mid pick.
I mean, they could do that. Is
Dude,
GG? They go for the
dude,
Tinker. We saw
I'm gonna
some
predict a storm. That's what I'm predicting right now.
for Elite Wolves.
Yes, I think that this was a bait play. I think that the OD is safe lane, and they're going to pick a storm against Tinker. They just baited out CCNC's hero.
They're gonna try to. Are you sure that's CCNC's hero? We're gonna see a safe lane Tinker.
Oh my god,
That
offlane
would be-
jug.
5
It's
seconds
mid jug. What are you talking about?
remaining.
Oh yeah, I guess you could do that.
No, this is. I think you're right on the bait play, but
Reserve
Elite Wolves
time.
now have to work with that. They've got to have an OD getting tons of farm for himself, as well as another mid hero laning against a CCNC Tinker. That's a tall order.
Yeah, that's definitely a hard hero to lane against. I think they probably focus a little bit more on not really winning the like early lane because you can't really do that against Tinker. But I mean, I guess you could with Lina or something or Zeus. But I think focus on like just killing him, like punishing the fact that there's a Tinker in the game. Because I think the reason they pick the Tinker is because it's like there's a carry to be picked right now, and not very many carries actually deal well with the Tinker. Like, I mean, what?
10
It's like there just isn't one. They
remaining.
just all. It's like yeah, it's probably fine against Tinker, but nothing like particularly sick like a Storm. So I imagine they'll probably just safe lane the OD now. Although, I mean, it's hard to say. That's just what my intuition is. I feel like that would be a really sick way to draft against this team is to bait it out like that.
We'll see.
Batrider.
Batrider picked up for IsGG, so still more control in these team fights. You start things off with a Spirit Breaker charge, the bash target, then lasso it up. Tinker just sprays out some missiles, and yeah, there's potential for a lot of damage on IsGG, but Elite Wolves.
I mean, they could just Slark right now, I guess. That'd be good in lane against bad. If they're not doing
It's
the OD
banned.
bait thing. Oh, Slark is banned. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Ursa kind of gets kited by Bat.
Remaining.
Yeah, any melee is really difficult here. 'Cause
Terror
it's-
Blade's not going to be good. Tinker
Yeah.
counters it. Bat counters it.
And just fire will melt those illusions right quick.
Yeah, exactly. I really like the Storm bait play here. Although they did.
Ugh.
Well,
That's greedy as shit, man.
that is greedy. I wonder if it's going to be a mid alk in a safe lane. Actually, people don't really do mid alk anymore. I think with the nerfs to the acid. Although hard to say. I guess we'll see. I mean that is one way to actually deal with a Tinker is that you just outgreed the Tinker because Tinker doesn't really push into you that much. He's more of like, okay, I'm gonna stall this game out to be like 45 minutes long at the very least. And Alk is like, okay, he's cool with that.
Yeah, Alk now can feed his entire team Ags and Moon Shards, and that's going to help out a fair amount. I mean, in under
yeah.
farm position 5, Crystal Maiden having herself an Ags by 35 minutes, that can be really teamfight defining.
CM Ags is insane too, actually, and I think it's
so
pretty
good.
pretty good against these heroes. Like stops the charge, stops Batrider
10
from
seconds
kiting.
remaining.
I mean, it's probably just decent against Jakiro. Really good against Tinker, and then it doesn't do much against Jug, but it's really good against all the other heroes, I think.
All right, so we talked about game one being, mostly just a draft victory for IsGG. What do you think about here? A little more even, or still one team leading?
Yeah, I think this is a little bit more even, to be honest. There's no like big counters. There's no like, well, the friggin' towers are coming up, so I can't remember what the heroes are. But I'm pretty sure I would favor in the late game. I would favor more the Elite Wolves draft. But of course, the game isn't just the late game. But they have a Tinker, so of course they will probably go late. So.
Yeah, both of these teams, honestly, I don't think they're in any hurry to end this early. Both teams scale pretty nicely, and if it does come down to just, that 75-minute, hey, let's have a fight, and then see how many bodies hit the floor and push according to that, who's going to be thriving more? Like, whose high ground's a little bit better? Who can take those really late-game fights?
I think that BKB's on Elite Wolves is going to negate a lot of the bullshit coming out from IsGG, and then they just, like, focus the Jug with the Sheep or an Abyssal Blade. And, well, actually, they probably realistically want to focus the Tinker, but if they kill one person on IsGG and a BKB, I think they probably end up winning the fight. And, yeah, so getting to that point is going to obviously take a while, because Alk isn't really a hero who... I mean, it depends on what build he goes, but Alk built a BKB really late, so does OD, but, of course, this game wants to go late. So, I would definitely favor Elite Wolves in those body hit the floor, team fights and super late game. But, of course, there's a Batrider who is the king of initiating, so maybe he can get some really sick initiations that just you cannot deal with them. Sometimes that's just how it is. He just picks you off when you're one person out in the middle of the ocean.
Looks like we got an invade coming in from IsGG, and hey, it's another pause. But
nice.
Yeah, it looks like this time IsGG might be able to go ahead and secure more than just the runes on their side of the river.
Hey, they are doing the safe lane OD. I knew
Looks like
it.
we got an invade coming in from IsGG, and hey,
Wow, that
OD sure likes iron branches. But
nice.
yeah, it looks like
really
this time IsGG might be able to
I mean,
go ahead
he's
and
against
secure
bad,
more
so
than
he's gone
just the
for the
runes on
early
their side of the river.
Hey, they are doing the safe lane OD. I knew
Looks like
it.
we got
Some
an
happy
invade
little
coming
trees
in
down
from
to eat some.
IsGG, and hey,
Wow, that
OD
sure
sure
another
likes iron
pause.
branches. But
Nice.
definitely looking.
He
Yeah, it looks like this Batrider got himself two.
I mean, he's against bad, so he's gone for the early
wild side of the river.
Hey, they are doing the safe lane OD. I knew it. Some happy little trees down to eat some.
And wow, that OD sure likes iron branches.
Yeah, this is the.
But definitely looking.
Yeah,
it looks like this Batrider got himself two.
I mean, he's against bad, so he's gone for the
wild
early.
side of the river.
Hey, they are doing the safe lane OD. I knew it. Some happy little trees down to eat some.
And wow, that OD sure likes iron branches.
Yeah, this one makes sense. This is like I know one.
Yeah, it looks like this Batrider got himself two.
I mean, he's against bad, so he's gone for the sustainable build.
Yeah, Shrineless Darkseers are sometimes sad, but we will have the Arcane Aura eventually.
Oh yeah, makes the game so easy for an offlaner, to be honest.
Yeah, once CM hits that level 2, even just the level 1 Aura is going to give Darkseer an extra, like Ion Shell per 3 minutes, whatever it is, but...
Yeah, it'll definitely be nice. I mean, 1 regen is a pretty significant amount in the early levels. I mean, look at CM, she's at 0.7 regen base. Ridiculous.
Not as ridiculous as Ogre's base health regen, but...
Oh my god, Ogre's ridiculous.
It's just, he's always tangoed, man. Anyway, we are going to have IsGG poking their heads down into the Radiant Jungle. OD going to make himself known, but probably going to have to back off here. Looks like, yeah, Snake King snaps himself up the extra bounty, so 3 bounty runes going to IsGG, just a little bit more money flowing into their inventories.
Yeah, but Alk did get his, so he's pretty happy. He has a stout shield in his quick buy. I don't know what.
Well, he's got to have 2 stout shields. He's a big boy.
I don't think that's the right.
You got to cover more surface area. That's how it works, Jenkins.
I guess they need 2 stout shields because they're 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Because it's dude, they actually have a lot of heads on this team.
There's a lot of heads on both teams here. We got the Jakiro, don't forget. Anyway.
And a bat. Anyway.
Getting a little off topic down bottom. Batrider just trying to keep things nasty, spraying out the sticky napalm, but OD maybe having a tricky time farming as Hunter potentially in some trouble here. Gonna get dual breath down by Jakiro. They're trying to go for the body blocks, and with the laser they will secure first blood. Stan King gets credit for that, so gonna be some early boots on this support Jakiro. It's like everything's coming up IsGG so far.
Yeah, that's gonna be really nice for him actually, because he's pretty much roaming. They're just leaving the Jug to solo the Darkseer, which I think he can fairly easily with the when he gets some levels in the spin. This is some good laning setup for them. Although Francis looks like he's okay.
Yep. Unfortunately, Masoku just a little bit low mana, channeling up the clarity, but not enough for that second frostbite, which would have definitely secured the kill. For now, OD just gonna go back to farming, but that fire right hard on his ass, and Tonya Harding running back with the 4 napalm stacks just avoids, you know, certain clumps of damage. Now, that time he's gonna be burning down. He's gonna go offensively Astrals the Batrider. Buys himself time just to go tango up, and meanwhile mid, still keeping things heated. Jakiro channeling up a little bit more mana, laser comes in, and yeah, this Alchemist is having a tough time.
Oh, these teams love doing that. Like, they're just like dual laning mid. That's just what these teams like to do, I guess. Okay, what's the net worth looking like? Oh, Alex doing well in terms of net worth, but of course that's because he gets the bonus gold. Let's see what the lost is.
Some great insight there, Jenkins.
Yeah, there you go. That's some
You know, Greevil's
A-level.
greed buffs Al's net worth. That's
I'm a good
crazy.
analyst, dude. I'm like the Merlini of Dota. Oh wait.
That's just a statement that speaks for itself. Mid lane, again, more
Charge
acid
bot.
spray, keeping things crazy for CCNC. Yeah, charge coming in. They are going to get this OD very, very low. He's still standing in the flames, but with the Astral onto the bat, he buys himself some more time. My goodness, that's a lot of napalm stacks. They just have to have Snake King catch up to him, and it looks like they are going to corner him off. As soon as he touches that fire, he's done, and it looks like he's going out on his own terms with Francis getting the kill. Francis going to be charging things right back in. Looks like Masoku going to be taking the heat under the tower. Francis will back off and let CM go back to farming peacefully, but still, is GG having a really fun time bottom lane.
Yeah, this is a very successful dual offline, actually. I think this is a pretty underrated. Like Bat +1 is like going to be a super good lane because he's so good in the early game with just level 2. He's probably the strongest level 2 hero in the game of Dota, actually. Does the most damage.
Gosh
It's
darn.
really ridiculous.
All right. I mean, there's no reason that IzGG can't just keep applying the same pressure to this. Not like OD is going to be scaling up completely out of control anytime soon, and they know Crystal Maiden can only do so much. Back towards
think
mid.
This is definitely the play. Hunter's now bot, and they're just gonna actually kill in this lane. They have to do this because they cannot just passively lane this. They're gonna lose it.
There is a charge coming in onto the OD, so we'll see what Snake King can do to make himself some space. And this OD very, very low. They know his Astral's still on cooldown for 2 more seconds, but charge not going to be completed as Ogre's there to keep everyone at bay.
Oh man, Snaking's so ballsy. I think he had vision of the ogre running down there actually, but he just thought that he could juke and jive in the trees with his firefly. Ends up giving away a bunch of gold.
Yep. Up and towards the top lane, we haven't talked about it really much at all, but Darkseer, as is usual, getting a ton of farm with his ion shells, but you are having a much easier time than most heroes just because he can go and spin and actually take farm from the wave. Bottom lane, we're going to have a skirmish coming in. Flame break, Masoku standing in the flames with 4 stacks of napalm. That's a dead Crystal Maiden. They might be able to trade onto the Space Cow, but gosh, he sure is tanky. Now OD taking some serious damage. There is going to be a charge out as Francis makes it back to safety. Snake King able to disengage as well.
Oh, and they killed the Alc mid. That's huge. That's
Yeah.
really, really bad for Elite Wolves, actually.
I want to say it was a courier bait just based on how low that donkey is.
Yeah, it looks like it was. Tinker is actually a hero who's very, very good against Alc in the mid lane if you actually gank to him, because he has the burst to take down the Alc. I think he's actually pretty good against Alc in general.
Ooh, no rest for the Wicked as bottom lane. There is going to be another charge completed onto the Ogre, but our little Spirit Breaker's got to back off. This time he's going to get a little overzealous. Tonya Harding looking to finish him off with 1 more orb, and yeah, rakes in the credit for that kill.
Francis is just making some space,
I
you
mean,
know.
you miss all the shots you don't take.
That's true. He was just taking some shots. Jakiro taking mid lane, and it looks like Tinker was just shrining. This is pretty much a dual lane mid. Actually, this is definitely a dual lane happening mid. I think Stanky's just been here nonstop. And Jug's doing perfectly fine against Darkseer. The higher level Jug gets, the better he's going to be against this Darkseer. Because he can just spin down every single wave. It costs less mana, and you can just spin every single wave. It's like super easy. So in the early levels it sucks, but it just gets easier and easier with Jug. And then he gets solo XP, which is insane on Jug.
Yeah, Jug, I mean, really content to just take this solo lane as long as they'll have it. Darkseer getting a lot of farm for himself. Gonna be picking up some arcanes very soon, but yeah, Jug's really happy here. Ogre Magi gonna be biting the dust there. Don't even need the charge to finish him off. Stan King wants to take that one for himself. And this boots-only Jakiro might have some money for something else.
What did he buy? Oh, some wards. He bought some wards.
He knows his place.
Raindrop win place though, so he's looking a little bit better. He's contesting the Alp. Man, this is annoying.
Yeah, this is actually potentially an Alk kill. Alk is taunting, but he doesn't know that there's a Spirit Breaker jumping in, and Alk only
Yeah, I
level
don't know.
5. He doesn't have the Chemical Rage, thinking that he outsmarted Stan King, but there we go. Alk doesn't have that stun to channel up, and oh, eats up the Fairy Fire at the last minute, and now Francis has to run, taking tier 3 tower shots. I mean, he'll live, but that Alk had every right to taunt.
That was a taunt bait. That was a taunt bait right there.
Oof, that's spicy.
Yeah, it worked out for him, you know.
Mid
Spirit
lane.
Breaker now has to go back to base, or I guess looks like he's actually gonna try to charge mid maybe.
Yeah, do you think Francis is really going to take his foot off the gas pedal for
No,
1 second?
that is a good point. We are talking about Francis here.
He's thinking about it now. Chemical Rage is up. He has ticked over to his level 6, and I know there's an Ogre in the vicinity, so it's tricky, but they're going to fly Stan King right on through. It's a bait to occupy the Ogre and soak up his stun, as now all the damage starts spraying out onto the Alchemist, but Alchemist, he's a strong, independent mid laner. He can handle himself. And is
Darkseer
GG.
TP too.
They're back. Yeah.
Oh, use the shrine without the Alk.
That's...
You greedy core.
Yeah.
Kamita.
That was definitely a little bit greedy, and Darkseer did TP in, but no points in vacuum or walls, so he was really just going to kind of wander around with Ion Shell and see how that works out.
He was being a little bit anxious there, a
Now,
little bit defensive.
Snake King picks up the haste, wants to chase down Hunter, doesn't have the lasso
Bat
yet to
Rider
try to flame break him back, and yeah, this is a very fast bat, stacking up the napalm, and it looks like Hunter is just going to get completely melted. CC&C gets credit with the heat-seeking missile. That's going to be real nice. Snake King still doesn't pick up his level 6 from that kill, though.
Bat is just one of the best haste runes in the game. Although, this is pretty cool because or for Elite Wolves, this is pretty cool because this means the OD is just free farming bot. And I think the higher level OD gets, the easier it is going to be for him to just lane in this and completely dominate this lane. So I don't think Snake King can actually go bot without assistance. And as I say that, they're actually running bot.
Hey, look, he's got assistance, and hey, they're gonna trap Crystal Maiden in the trees, and they're melting her down with fire from 2 different sources. That girl cannot withstand the heat, and she will crumble for the 2nd time this game, leaving OD just cowering behind his tower. And his GG is starting to pick up a little bit of momentum here.
Do you play any CM? Is CM a hero you play?
I do play CM.
I'm a bit of a CM player, and I gotta say, against this draft,
Oh, the
There's
double
some fight
bash
up.
coming forward. Look at OD just start melting away. CC&C comes in, and they've got marching machines moving forward. Snake King picks up that credit, just flapping right over, and this tower now completely exposed. There is going to be a charge onto the Ogre, who got greedy and looked for just a little bit of jungle farm for himself. Now Francis, fresh out of mana, can't do much. Ogre still
Get the
holding the
bash.
stun, and there will be Crystal Maiden respawning. She has her Frostbite available. They're not going to be able to turn that into a kill on Hunter, but is GG feel really in control of this bottom Radiant jungle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
not a nice prospect for Elite Wolves that they have so little control of their own jungle with an Alchemist on their team. Very scary stuff.
Yeah, I mean, how's Alchemist doing on his timings? He's got an armlet, he's got his bottle, but for 10 minutes in, with that 3 points of Greevil's Greed, it feels like he should have just a little bit more as, well, they got the charge. That's their cue to go on Snake King as they immediately back off.
They need to be securing this
Oh,
lane. I mean,
here we
it's so
go.
hard.
Onto the OD, they've got the charge queued up. They bring in the Tinker. Dual Breath can be off the mark, but there's the charge. Looks like Stan King was a little bit preemptive with his attacks. They got the liquid fire on him, and Snake King waiting at the entrance, trying to get him down. One more heat-seeking missile will be enough, and now they've got exactly what they need to go forward.
Ooh,
Yawar
Yawar out
even
of
dumps out
nowhere.
the Omni Slash. Hey, Jug's done farming. Goes down bottom, gets a kill, gets some tower gold, and another lane of farm to go at. This Juggernaut is having the easiest game ever, man.
Yeah, he's 3rd on net worth actually. Laning against the Darkseer just happens to be one of the best heroes to do that. This was a solid pick, solid draft.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is also just saying, like, hey, there's a free farm in Juggernaut. Maybe we should address that before he's got himself almost a full item, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's hard with I guess the Ogre. The Ogre could definitely go up there and, punch him. That would definitely have helped. But, at this point.
Oh, this poor girl, man.
CM.
This CM is just gonna die so many times. She's so
Oh.
flimsy, and now
Here's the big
Alchemist
fish.
in some trouble. They are gonna bring in the rest of the team. The Radiant not looking to give this one up for free. Stan King taking tower shots. Once again, Hunter, he calls out the charge. He's gonna bloodlust the tower, but well, without Alchemist right there, they're lacking a little bit of damage. They're lacking items to get in
How do they
there
have
and start
vision?
taking this
Oh.
fight.
They have really good vision for this tower push too. Tinker can just spam out the rockets. That's so annoying, dude. Like one rocket is gonna take CM to like 75% HP. This is such a sad game to be CM.
So brutal. Now we're gonna see the surge in, but the initiation's so hard to find from the trees. OD just goes and gets a couple of right clicks, but then forced back by the Tinker. The tower, that's gonna be history. Deny attempt comes in, but Yawar still takes credit for it, and that's gonna be almost as full Yasha as is GG. They're feeling pretty triumphant. The net worth lead isn't huge, but it's just about the momentum right now. It feels like they've really crippled Alk. He's almost second on the net worth chart. Tinker is about to surpass him with one more successful push.
A lot of emphasis in this series on winning the lanes. Like it really seems like is GG taking these lanes just slowly but surely, you know, winning them over time, and all of a sudden it just seems like there's no hope for Elite Wolves, like just based on winning these lanes. It's so interesting to see that, just how dangerous this looks for Elite Wolves, given the it was fairly slow. I mean, it was even for quite some time, but then just slowly but surely they take map control, and it's looking real hard.
Yeah, I mean, you talked in draft about one of the big strategies going against IsGG just being, you know, make CCNC have a bad time, and seems like there wasn't quite enough pressure on that. CCNC playing a pretty dominating hero, also having his Jakiro by his side for the entire laning phase just meant that IsGG got pretty much everything they needed to get this Tinker off to a good start.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's for sure Stan King knows the type of player CCNC is. You give him a good game, he's gonna carry the game for you. Like, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna give this guy just the best game of his life. Sack Yawar. Yawar is a very consistent player. He'll take the sack and he'll still do well with it.
Yeah, you say that as
and
he
just
gets to tier 2.
Yeah, he's actually huge this game. It's
Charge coming in, heat-seeking missile to help out with a little more burst damage. Another missile coming forward in the ults. It was channeled, but Papita just a little bit too speedy. Runs himself back to a safe distance.
Francis going for the Tranquil Boots build on Spirit Breaker. I like it. He's like super speedy.
Yep, he's thinking about reinitiation now. You can see it on his face.
You can really see it in his eyes. You
Oh,
know he's looking.
look
he's
at
looking
that.
To fight. He's bored right now. Oh, I guess he was waiting for that too, but.
Either way, looks like a solo Jakiro pushing in here. Stan King definitely trying to either bait something or just enjoys living on the edge. And they do see the OD coming up, maybe looking to scavenge a bounty rune or two. But man, this OD is poor as hell. He's got a hand of Midas, and that's it. Charge coming forward mid lane. We've got some action. Stan King goes for the YOLO Ice Path, but vacuumed back in. That will be a kill for the Alchemist as CM tries to go in for that ulti, but she's going to get lassoed back, focused in as Ogre finds himself a new target, dropping everything he's got on the Bat Rider. CM finished off by the Spirit Breaker, who makes her way in, so it is going to be a 2-for-1 trade. That's going to be in favor of Elite Wolves.
Yeah, the OD did a really good job in that fight at keeping the Tinker at bay. He wasn't killing the Tinker because he was in. Oh, Alk is actually dead to Jug. Oh,
Jesus,
God.
you are. Will you please relax? That was like right here, right on the footsteps of the fountain. And now Francis moves in just to be able to aid Yuar, who has just taken care of himself from minute 1.
Yawar is getting so many friggin' praises sang to him in the comms right now. I'm positive.
Oh,
when you just lose a team fight like that, like very slow. You know, it wasn't a big loss, but still lose. And all of a sudden, Yawar's just solo killing Alk. That's when you be like, "Hey, good job, Yawar! Yeah, yeah, yeah!" Get him like some positive encouragement, you know.
Get him amped up.
Yeah,
Get his,
that's some good stuff, dude. I want to see more of that.
Get that
Solo killing
testosterone
Alchemist.
going. He's feeling like a beast on top of the world. And
Exactly.
all
That's
right,
what it's all about.
top lane. Tinker going to be moving in along with that Jakiro as this OD is going to get frozen in the ice path, clipped by the March of the Machines, just completely sandwiched in an unfriendly location. CCNC going to 2P out, hoping that the March of the Machines does the job. And it's going to be enough. Killing spree now, 3-0-5 for our Tinker, who, you know, really just started to get online, picking up that blink in the boost travels now.
Going for the Aether Lens. I like that actually with the change to it. I definitely think Tinker didn't really need the HP regen, and now that it gives you mana and extra spell damage, it's actually super good on him.
Yeah, and we talked about the heat-seeking missiles just being such a stupidly, ridiculously good zoning tool for IzGG, and that just got a little bit bigger. Now, Hunter in some trouble here. The Ogre may be tanky, but is he tanky enough to outlive Yawar? He's sad trombones before he dies. That is the sound of a man accepting his fate, Jenkins.
Well, I think the crybaby is the sound of a man that's just not accepting his fate. So, I guess
Yeah, you gotta come to peace with it at some point. And
yeah, I guess they have come to peace with it. I mean, he is an ogre after all. Not the most enjoyable hero to play when you're losing.
yeah, it's getting tough now. IzGG starting to really be able to lay in with the push. The Jakiro max level liquid fire. I mean, this Jakiro can just solo a tower while Juggernaut pushes another lane, and while the rest of the team goes and scores kills on the Alchemist, who's already falling really far behind. With this death, it seems like he's about to fall to second on the net worth chart. That is so not where you want your Alchemist to be at 20 minutes in the game, and Crystal Maiden channels up a pretty nice ult, but will still be killed off by Yawar, who's now still on a killing spree, and Yawar moving forward, still holding on to his Omni Slash, didn't even burn it in that fight. He's moving his way down bottom, just trying to push in 2 lanes simultaneously. Top lane, looks like Jakiro's got that on lock, and yeah, Tinker just going in, spraying out some heat-seeking missiles. Stan King, he's got a difficult path to escape here. I don't know if he's getting out here. Gets vacuumed down to the low ground. Tanya Harding goes in, lays the damage forward, and will find a kill there. And now it looks like Francis may have overcommitted. Gonna be going in. Astral Imprisonment onto the Batrider. Francis getting very, very low, but the uphill miss means he will live. Snake King's gonna give his life, though. It looks like he does end up getting killed off by the Ogre. The Tinker gonna be wandering his way through the woods. Blink gonna get canceled, and now he's gonna be stunned up by the unstable concoction. CC&C giving away a huge amount of net worth right there. That is 600 gold going straight into the Alchemist.
Could that go to a worse hero too? Like, oh my god, Alchemist. That's not a hero you want to be given a Tinker kill, man. Yeah, that's great for Elite Wolves. That is absolutely great for them. The kind of most important thing that's happening right now is Alka's getting space to farm his Radiance. So he's actually probably going to have it by the time, well not exactly, but he's going to have it soon. Tinker's alive.
Oh, Mechanism almost helped. But Crystal Maiden still just gets chunked. That's the worst part about playing those really fragile supports. I thought for a minute she could get close enough to the Ogre and split the difference, but she's just paper.
0-6. It's such a sad game to be CM. I feel like at this point on CM, you just like sit behind people. That's it. Sit behind people, fight bracers and branches, and just try not to die.
It's tough. I mean, she's got herself some brown boots and wards. How much more position 6 can you get than this item build at 20 minutes?
3 wards. You know she's just thinking like, this damn ogre, he needs to play some wards. I shouldn't have 3 of them. I can't play some. I keep dying.
What kind of accent was that for Crystal Maiden?
I don't know, dude. Well, I wasn't trying to do the CM hero. I mean, I just knew whoever the player is. Getting like real angry.
Well, whoever it is, they sound like a 90-year-old witch. Anyway.
Well, that's how it usually sounds, though.
Tower starting to get low. Jakiro helping out. Yawar taking the last hit for that. And man, this Juggernaut is just out of control. Already got his Manta style up. It's good progress on his defusal.
Alka's top net worth now, that is something to be a little bit concerned about if you are IzGG. I mean, it's an Alchemist, so it's expected, but he was doing very, very poorly up until that Tinker kill.
20 minutes in, still no love for the Roche.
Second network.
Yeah. Juggernaut has just had pretty much everything he wants this game. You ask Yawar what a great Juggernaut game looks like, and he's probably like, hey, free lane against a Darkseer, and then I just get to push and kill people for all of the time that I want. TP in towards mid lane. It looks like Stan King might be trying to bait here. Lots of Radiant heroes in the area, smoked up, but no one gonna bite just yet.
They're gonna look to kill the Alk, I guess. He's the crown jewels, although, yeah, this OD looks dead.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to force staff himself back. Actually goes for the Astral, stopping the charge, but another heat-seeking missile. Oh, the Ice Path misses, and that's gonna mean that Yawar can't re-engage. He had the Omni, but just can't get close enough to use it. To the rest, it is GG. Their attempts thwarted. They just have to regroup and push elsewhere.
It's interesting. They actually didn't have very much vision going in on that. They just know that they're so far ahead at this point that they can, even if there's people sitting behind him, he's still dead. It doesn't even matter if it's a bait. Although he did survive, but I mean, like, nothing would go poorly for them. At least so they thought.
Yeah, I mean, how far ahead are they really? I know the Alk is holding on to a huge chunk of net worth, but the difference is only, you know, less than 7,000 at 22 minutes. It's not insurmountable.
Could definitely be a lot worse. And going into the late game, they do have an OD Alk Darkseer. That is a very strong tri-core. But they are dealing with a Batrider Juggernaut Tinker. That's a lot of damage, a lot of initiation, a lot of map control. Like it's definitely hard, but holding high ground is going to be a lot easier than, you know, winning fights outside their base. I think SGG's has to be pretty careful here. They need to get a really good Batrider initiation in order to actually secure this game without being too dangerous.
And Batrider definitely taking his time, goes in, gets himself a Rada Atos, so not going to go for the mobility.
Huh.
I thought that was the components of a Force Staff, and no, that's an Atos before the Blink Dagger. So man, this Batrider is, he's just got to walk into these initiations and hope for the best. And with the Jakiro Yules, Stan King will make enough space for him to go and TP out.
That is an interesting build. I mean, it's a really good item. I think Atos is super buff now. But okay, so he is going for the blink next because he knows pushing high ground. That's going to need to be a factor.
Yeah, just with OD being able to, you know, Astral, he's got the fast fingers, can't just walk up and hope for a successful lasso.
Yeah, he's gonna probably need blink force to. I mean, he can lasso the OD, I suppose, but it's hard against Darkseer as well. You can just vacuum the lasso initiation immediately, and of course it'll pull the OD back into the base the good way. So it is hard for him. I mean, it looks like they're just taking this Aegis and farming with it, to be honest, which is probably an intelligent play because it is very dangerous to push high ground into an OD Alk. You screw up a couple of things and Darkseer, and OD is going to have 40 stacks of int, and all of a sudden you're no longer ahead because he effectively has a sheep's tip in his inventory.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like right now the ideal for IsGG is just farm up, let Yawar do literally whatever he wants, and then, you know, take a fight over in the bottom lane or over somewhere pretty far away from the base, and then let, you know, Jakiro or Yawar just split push it in, because both of those heroes push very, very quickly, and they could probably snap down a tier 3 before Blade Wolves react.
Actually, there's one interesting play you can do when you're at a point like this. What you can do is you can leave one lane pushing out, like you intentionally don't push it in, just so that way the enemies have a place to split up, and then they can potentially get a pick off with the Batrider Atos doing that. I wonder if they'll do that. I know some people don't. People value more pushing in lanes, but that's something that's like a possibility that's open to them. I think they definitely want to get a pick off before pushing high ground into this lineup.
Yep. Jakiro hasted up, just going to be going through and dewarding with that new Gemma True Sight. So bold play there from Stan King. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, that's definitely the pickup because they're playing this like choke out game. If they didn't pick up a gem, the enemy team would just play around the vision too well and essentially get enough farm to potentially come back. So the gem is like a necessary pickup here. You can tell when someone's a seasoned support player is when they just like pick up a super early gem.
Casual macro pyre, you got those 3 creeps, man. Congratulations.
He's getting huge, man.
So big, man. Anyway, Dire Vision right now, a little bit brutal. This is, you know, they see pretty much whatever in Radiant. They are just blind. They can't see anything going on.
Yeah, and now because of the gem, they're just stuck in the base. This is when the game gets a little boring, but it is an Alk, so those creep waves that keep getting pushed in to him are going to be worth more than the ones pushing out. So, you know, they could definitely still take this.
Yeah, I mean, is Alchemist at a point, you know, where he should be right now? Is this check plus for Alchemist, or is he leaving something to be desired?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's doing.
Oh, OD, why are you there? My goodness, that is he's trying his best to live, but I don't think his chances are that great. Yeah, he's...
Okay, now they can go high ground, I think.
Yeah, that's huge. 45 seconds with no buyback on a core that's doing a fair amount of their damage and control. Time for Stan King to go drop those liquid fires. They do still have that big vac wall that everyone can be scared of, but it seems like IsGG are just content with that possibility. Moving in, heat-seeking missiles to zone, and this tower already down to 2/3 health.
Yeah, I think back wall without OD is going to not result in too much. They can stall out. I think what's going to happen is they're just going to take the tower and then go get shrines. Because their Aegis is going to wear off soon, I think. So.
Yep. Alchemist taken down to less than half health just from March of the Machines, forced to activate Shrine, so these racks a little bit more vulnerable. Now Charge comes in onto the Alk, who is going to be able to channel up that Chemical Rage. Now Hunter,
He's coming
it's
up.
very, very low.
Could be bad.
Yep, they're going to be moving forward, but even through the Chemical Rage, it looks like they still want to go for the kill onto the Alchemist. Crystal Maiden going to be trying to ult, but gets killed off, and well, they fished their wish. They got the kill on the Ogre. Now Darkseer goes in, drops the wall, but focused down immediately after that. And this is just going to get nasty. 4 heroes dead. They've got a buyback on the Alchemist, but that OD dropped as soon as he respawned. These racks are going to get victimized here. Yawar no longer with an Aegis, but man, these guys are so far ahead right now. Alk buys back. Can't even get off his ult. It's still on cooldown. He's going to be blopped back into the fight. And yeah, he's stuck. This is getting pretty nasty, as we got a pause here. Hey, that's it's pretty
just
neat.
Micro's here. Just make Micro's hero, man. You guys are winning.
This is just a big particle blop right here. Look at that. Oh.
Oh, GG, GG.
Yeah.
The Alk immediate taunt after being stuck. He's just like he accepts his fate.
Either way, is GG looking super dominant coming into this. We talked about both teams performing really well so far, both teams taking a 2-0 in their first series of the playoffs, but is GG. They keep it going, still undefeated so far in the playoffs, taking this series over Elite Wolves fairly handily.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've figured out a really nice strategy to really dominate those lanes, which kind of appears to be the thing that's resulting in the most snowbally of games and victories. So yeah, I mean, good on them for just coming up with a really, really good idea of how the meta should be played right now, because clearly these games have been fairly clean, you know? Like, I wouldn't say they're stomps, but they're very cleanly executed. They know exactly what they need to do, and they're doing it. So good on them for just theory crafting and understanding the meta, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, how much of this game, and the series actually, because game 1 and 2 are both really strong in the draft, you know, what percentage of that was just out drafting and what percentage was just really great out execution?
Well, I would say the drafts probably make it more so that they're stomps, but these are also like incredibly skilled players, so it's you know, you give them something, they're gonna play it extremely well. But I think in order to have games go this well, the draft needs to be superb, and they kind of were. So yeah, good on them, to be honest.
All right, so congratulations is GG. I say we got CC&C in chat. Hey, what's up? You played well. So yeah, that's going to do it here today for the Beat Invitational Season 8 playoffs. Tomorrow, though, we got more games coming at you, more best of threes, and yeah, it's going to be more action here on this channel. So stick around, give it a follow. I'm Android, and I've been joined by Jenkins, who took a nice win in a series earlier today. So thanks for hopping on, buddy.
Thank you for having me. It was fun. It was a good time. Good Dota too. It's like actually good Dota.
Absolutely. So